I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I actually made my frame. So this is the frame that I created for today, and I'll show you how I got to this point. Now, your numbers will be different than mine, so your shape and your sizes will probably be different. Some of you, might be close, but I also meant to do this. Let me go ahead and save this so I can show you. I'm going to create an assembly, and I'm going to just put this together real quick. I need, let's see, this assembly, this and this. I don't know if you knew that you could do this, but you can drag files into an assembly. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to go to insert, and I'm going to insert this to this. So you guys see there is my tire, and then I'm going to put one more tire in here so you guys can get an idea. I think I actually made my frame too big for how big or how small the tires were. Hey, cut that out. There. Stop it. One click, one delete. There we go. And then I'm just going to I'm going to free rotate this just so it's like that. Okay. So you can kind of get an idea of what I did to plan this out. So my tire is going to look, actually let me scoot it actually underneath here. So my scooter is going to look like this. I might have, the steering mechanism might be a little too steep. I might need to kind of turn it. But so this is the shape of my scooter, and this is my document that I created. Okay, and it is really long. I could probably shorten it up. It looks kind of ridiculous this way. But anyway, so what I did was I used, oops, come on, stop it. I don't like the way the new Inventor does this when you click on things. It 2020, it just, I don't know why. I don't like it when it does that. Like when you double click on something, it opens up like that. But anyway, so I'm just going to go all the way back, and I want you to see how I started. I think my keyboard's messed up. It keeps, like, when I single click, it double clicks. Why can't I suppress? Fine. I'm suppressing these features so they go away so you can see what I started with. All right, do you guys see what I started with? I started with exactly the same thing I created for that practice, okay? And how I moved from here, I'm just going to walk you step by step through what I did. I'm going to unsuppress this feature here, and it unsuppresses all of that, and I don't want to do that. I really just wanted to show it to you step by step by step. If you guys want to talk to me, go ahead and talk, because I'm gonna kind of walk through this. If you have questions along the way, you can. So in order to create my spot for my rear wheel, what I did was I kind of got an idea of where these wheels are going to be, and I want you to notice that this is 18 inches, but if I go to my wheel, I made my wheel, let's go, I'm just going to create a sketch on here so I can show you that my diameter of my wheel with the tread and everything is about 15 inches. And I don't want to make my scooter. I don't want to make my scooter so my wheel hits the scooter. Like that. You guys see how it's got a little bit of space there? When I come over here, God, I hate that. Stop it. When I come over to here, I drew a wheel and then I gave myself some space. Now, if I want to, I can scoot this around, and when I finish it, it updates to what I wanted it to do. So all I did was I kind of like hooked this up and then stretched it around to where I wanted it to be. And then if I go to my assembly, you can see it changed where my wheel was. I have to update it and everything, but let's see if it'll update. Nah, it won't let me update because I have all these other things that are suppressed. But so then what I did was I created half of this, and then I mirrored it over to the other side because I don't need to create it twice. So I'll unsuppress this feature, hopefully. What was that? Didn't do anything. Oh, here we go. So then I created a plane in the dead center, and I knew, and this is where you have to kind of do some math. I knew that my width was 12 inches, so I made this 6 inches back. So if I double click on this, you can see that it's 6 inches back, which is exactly half of this. Now you could do this, you could do measure, and I could measure from this side to this side. Let me do that again. So I can go to measure, and I can choose this side to this side, and then I can say divided by 2, and you'll see that, see how it goes out this way? I'm going to come over here and say negative. And then it's dead center. And then when I go to the next thing, I'm going to go to my mirror. I'm going to unsuppress this. So you see how it's like it shows up the other side, and then I just did it piece by piece by piece. I filleted this edge here. Go away. And then what I did next is I created these because, and then this is where I go back to my wheel. My distance between here and here is 8 inches because, where's the wheel? Because my wheel is 8 inches wide. So whatever you create for your wheel is going to be what you leave a space in here for. All right? And then the next thing I did, you can kind of see why this took me all morning. I cut a hole in it for later for me to put an axle through it. Then I rounded off this so I didn't cut myself on the corners because it's going to be made out of aluminum. And then it's a heavy piece of aluminum, so I cut a hole in it to make it lighter weight. And then I also, if I come into here, I cut this, and I made a rectangular pattern through here. So I lightened this up a lot. And if you want, you can strengthen things up. The other thing I did too, if you see in the back, I closed this in. Right inside of there. Let's go to the next step. And so I made my neck. Now, how to make this neck, or how I made this neck, is I did the same thing. I picked where I wanted my wheel to be, and it angled. Hey, this is supposed to be parallel to that. So when I move it, didn't like that. Oh well. Anyway, I wanted to be able to change the height of it, but and then we finish that. It should update where the neck is, or where the part for the fork that comes through, and then that's it. And you can I don't know, I should have done that extra sketch, and I'll turn the visibility of this off. So you don't have to do it exactly this way, but your outcome and your end product should be something that holds the back wheel and something that holds your handlebars. This was something I made a long time ago, and it's not quite as detailed, and it's not exactly what we want. But that's the thing. And then after you're done and you get it to work, you can go back and add fenders, and you can add other things like rounding off things to make them lighter, or I might want to cut this out. This doesn't have to be this closed-in thick piece of aluminum, and you can modify it to make it look nicer. Okay? All right. I'm going to stop the video now because